Stringer, the mismatch, ends up with the football, fires at goal. Start is perfect for Jake Stringer. Bombers away.
We just see here Jake Stringer is up against Hickey in the ruck, and just the craft of Stringer being able to win a one-on-one. We talked about him before being able to win on one. Gives not only a good matchup for the Bombers in the ruck, because Stringer can be really effective and dangerous, but allows Peter Wright to sit off the back and provide some protection.
Right. Dev Smith, not far enough. Stringer! Jake Stringer, 2 in a row, Bombers!
Just seeing Jakey Stringer ends up with the goal here, and it was something that the Essendon coaching staff brought over from their time at Richmond, with the Dustin Martin starting in the centre bounce and then pushing really hard forward. And what it does is it creates confusion about, is he a midfielder, is he a forward?
Gets it underway in the middle. Bryan again significant there. McGrath, Stringer been really good in the middle. Got it off to Cox. Cox, little leading handball wide to Parrish. Parrish centering ball back inside to Smith. He could have gone. Goes back and Paddy Dow behind play, I think. Parrish very wide to Stringer. Sold the foot candy. Winds up from 50 with a big arc. Jake Stringer delivers.
Elbow to the eye socket, but he went down straight away. Brilliant by Stringer. He has looked sharp from the first moment of this game, and he's relishing that role.
There by Ridley, who got the ball forward. Now it's handballed over the top by Merritt. Stretching out was Phillips, did well enough there. Phillips again to Merritt. They've done well here, the Bombers. Inside 50, not with any great skill, but just with absolute desperation. In the end, they dropped the one that was going to be the deep entry. Stringer lurking around, McDonald, Devon Woody. Stringer to put him in front, and he does! Jakey boy, you beauty! The package erupts. He's kicked the last 2.
Just following up 3, 4, 5 times. Hey, it was ugly. But it was beautiful in its own way, because AMT, he was just hovering. It was always going to come his way, and he made them pay.
How often do we say players are taking too long to adapt to the conditions? I mean, Merritt's adopted to it within the first passage of the game. It was surge mentality. It's slippery, the ball's a bit wet, let's just hack it forward.
But good play by Howe, got in the way of it. Now the Hawks, Impey, can build something up nicely here. The ball comes out to Scrimshaw. Whoops, just fumbled, and it's on. Here goes Jake Stringer, the excitement machine. Will he go off the deck? He does, he wants the goal. He's been watching the Euros. He scores. It's into the back of the onion bag. Goal to Stringer.
It looked like Hawthorn had the stability, and then it was just a kick that was just to the wrong side of the Hawthorn player. And once you give Stringer grass to run into, he's a special player. That's a dangerous position to be in. Would you have done that?
Of all of the options, that was probably at the bottom of my list, to be honest. Not many can go for that. It's the confidence to go for it, knowing what it's going to look like if it actually doesn't come off.
Aware of that, tosses it up. McDonald, tip and Woody was flying. Stringer, he's got it. He has put the Bombers back in front, and that could change everything. It gives them the lead coming into half-time, barring anything happening in the last 6 seconds, but it also gives you that feeling coming in at half-time, the momentum that they didn't have a great quarter. They'd been struggling to move the ball, struggling to get a score on the board, and I think it was Will Day that just gave him too much of a leg rope.
As you can see, directly in front of the Essendon goal. Segler just gets a hand on, picked up by Stringer, one-handed, onto the right boot. Jake Stringer, you absolute superstar! What a goal! Look at this. Nick Revolt, take us through it.
Well, there's a bit of Dusty Martin about it from the grand final last year, where you've got no right to be able to control that ball onto your boot with one hand, but gee, Lynch, far out. That is unbelievable.
You scared me for a minute.
That is so good. But Lynch, you caught it. I think this is as complete a performance as we've seen from Jake Stringer. His ability to go through the midfield, have an impact.
Now a chance. McDonald, Neil Bullen couldn't quite work it out. Neil Bullen thought McDonald had caught him out of it. McDonald goes and gets the ball and He gets dragged by a couple. Hind ends up with a football, but dropped it. Neil Pullen had his kick smothered. And then Parrish to Ridley towards Cox, who's got the height advantage. Neither win the day. Peter Wright's got Langdon chasing him. Gets rid of it by hand. McDonald, Tippenwoody. A bounce. Waterman gives him some space. Now to Stringer. Perhaps second time lucky. From about 55, it sails through. A beauty from Jake.
Corridor again, and they had no forwards forward of the footy. Jake Stringer knew that, and he had an open goal square. May was back there in the right position, but Stringer just too good. Bit of individual brilliance.
That are just playing together, playing more for each other, and it's really showing on the field at the moment. Here's Stringer. He's one of the main ones that's got more out of himself. And what about that for a start?
Generally in this position, the Bombers, they're fairly predictable. They don't mind kicking to a contest. We saw that last week, and they just line up. The one thing, sometimes your strength can be a weakness, so you can get marks taken against, but you can also be in the right position. And Stringer,
clever.
He's having some sort of year in the right spot, front and square.
All from turnover. Golden taken to ground. No real attempt to get rid of it. Gone.
Let him get the ball, please. My arm.
Stringer wants to go. From long range, Jake. Oh, bang! What about that?
We just see here, Jakey Stringer puts a tackle on, and then there's just very few players in the competition who could do this. That raw power, that explosive nature, Jakey Stringer is one of them, and that is why he's the barometer for this side.
That one, Noah Anderson did well to get back. He's strongly tackled by Guelphy. Miller now up and under. Strong breeze around, as we know, and it's been marked by the skipper, Dyson Heppel, almost within range. Decides to give it to Stringer. He will have a ping. Don't worry about that. Jake Stringer. And look at that, goes straight through. First goal to Stringer.
This from the Suns. Heppel's on his wrong side as a left footer to let Stringer run around the back on his preferred side. And Chris Johnson's already told us about how windy it is out.